That is what I'm fighting for. So, if there is somebody that is fighting for Edgar Lungu, even in his death, it's me. It's me. The so-called family, they are not fighting for Edgar Lungu, they are fighting for themselves. Makebi Zulu is not fighting for Edgar Lungu, he's fighting for his political career. It is not about Edgar Lungu, no. Edgar Lungu in his death, he wants to go and rest. Edgar Lungu, if he's talking right now, if he were to rise up and talk, he would tell Makebi Zulu, he would tell the wife, he would tell the children to say, please, let me go and rest. And Edgar Lungu right now is saying, please, let me go and rest. What Makebi Zulu is saying to say, no, Edgar Lungu has refused to go into the grave without telling his story. No. No, Makebi Zulu, no. People who have died, they don't want, you know, to be hovering around and making stories. No. People who have gone, people who have died, they don't want. Those stories are yours, Makebi Zulu. Those stories are not for Edgar Lungu. They're not for Edgar Lungu. Those stories are yours, not Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu wants to rest. That's what he wants. That's what he wants. And I am very sure Edgar Lungu wants to rest in Zambia. Edgar Lungu wants to rest like other former head of state. He was proud to be a former head of state, to be president. He was proud to be president. I am sure Edgar Lungu would want, if he were to speak today, Edgar Lungu would want to say, please, na papa ta leke ninje ndale. Leke ninje ntushe. Leke ninje ntushe. And you know, these things, some of you think that, no, we are being uncouth. Eh? No, you are tormenting the family. No, you are tormenting the widow. Trust me, we haven't said a lot of things. We are holding back. I'm holding back. I'm holding back. I've been holding back some of these things. Because I know how Edgar Lungu used to express himself even about being in politics. I know how Edgar Lungu used to complain about some of these people, including some of the family members. I know. Because, you know, you are forcing us, you are dragging us into that path. Where now we are going to be talking to... You want us to start... We will go there now. We will go there now and start talking. We will unveil what we have been holding back. We will unveil it and we will just start talking. Because you are using Edgar Lungu. You are the ones who are using Edgar Lungu. I'm not using Edgar Lungu. You are the ones who are using Edgar Lungu. No, Edgar Lungu mwaledia nankwe. Edgar Lungu used to help you. Yes. Yes, and I'm fighting for Edgar Lungu right now. I'm fighting for Edgar Lungu right now. I am saying, please, lekeni Edgar Lungu aya tushe. Lekeni Edgar Lungu alale muchivote. It is you people who are using the body of Edgar Lungu. You are using it. You are the bad people, not me. You are the bad people because you are using the body of Edgar Lungu. You are using the body of Edgar Lungu. You people, you are using the body of Edgar Lungu. By PF, you are using the body of Edgar Lungu. The family, you are using the body of Edgar Lungu. Makebi Zulu, you are using the body of Edgar Lungu. You people, imwe, mulibavi mitima. Nimwewo mwavipe mitima. Na muikatilila chitumbi chakwa Edgar Lungu for your own selfish interest. You want to come back, you want to come back. The issue of coming back, Iridiashi, Twalishvana, Inanava, UPND Twalishvana. We know each other. Navaka in the Ichilema. We know each other. So the issue of me coming back is not about, no, because of Edgar Lungu, whatever. No. That is not a story that will end on social media, me talking, me saying this and whatever, and it will be resolved that way. No, that issue will not be resolved by me talking per social media. No, that issue will be resolved, me talking in the background, But then I can tell you, I've been telling you so many times that for me to go back to Zambia, I mean, I must be sure that my freedom is secured. But as long as I am in politics, as long as I am talking, my freedom is not, will never be secure. This is the fact. I am not that stupid to think that because today I agree with Makebi ZULU on this one, then I can go to Zambia and everything will be forgotten. No. And this is where you are missing it. You people miss it. Because you say, no, you change. Like one of the political leaders said today, at turns and twists. There are no turns and twists. It is about issues. Me, I follow issues. I don't know, Charlie Mishu page. It is so difficult for you Zambians, for not for all of you, not for everyone, but for some of you, it is very difficult to follow issues. Here we are talking about the barrier of Edgar Lungu. That's what we are talking about. The barrier of Edgar Lungu. We are not talking about me being in exile. We are talking about me being in exile. No, now you are supporting Makebi ZULU, and yet Makebi ZULU is the one who has made you to be in exile. Yeah, but that is a story. That is another story. If you want me to talk about why I'm in exile, I will talk about that. And I will not change to tell you to say, I have been politically persecuted. I will not change. But by the fact that I've been politically persecuted, then I should now demonize Makebi ZULU. When Makebi ZULU, on this issue of Edgar Lungu, Makebi ZULU has behaved so well. Why do you fail to get issues? Yes, I'm politically persecuted and I'm in exile. Fine. But what about the issue of Edgar Lungu? How has Makebi ZULU behaved? Makebi ZULU has behaved exceptionally well. When Edgar Lungu died, Makebi ZULU sent his minister with a plane, go and repatriate the body and the family. Makebi ZULU, that's what he did. We must honor him in dignity. What is wrong in that? There is nothing wrong. It is good. What he did is good. So just because I'm in exile, just because I've been politically persecuted, I should not see anything good. I should not commend Makebi ZULU for such a good thing that he has done. For this noble action. I should not. I should demonize him. And I should side with people that I know that Makebi ZULU is taking advantage of this body to propel his political career. I know that the family have got their own ulterior motives. Should I side with them? No, these are people that you were eating with. These are people. They are wrong. I was eating with them, yes, but they were wrong. They are wrong. In this instance, they are wrong. They are wrong. What they are doing is wrong. And I cannot side with them. So this nonsense of saying, no, they helped you. No, they did this. When you help me, it is not an insurance policy. And I've been telling you this. By the fact that you help me, it is not an insurance policy that I will overlook whatever wrong things that you may do. No. It is not that I'm not considerate. I do consider, I mean, we are human beings. Sometimes people make mistakes and whatever. It is not all the time when you make a mistake and then I'll come to social media. But if what you have done, it is in public, and you want to put up a posture that you are okay and everything, I mean, I must come out and state my point. So make no mistake, helping me is not an insurance policy. When it is wrong, I'm telling you, I will speak. And where we are coming from, I've spoken against almost everyone. I've spoken against Makebi ZULU. Hakainde Hichilema, when he was in opposition, he had to go. I mean, how many times have Hakainde Hichilema dragged me to court? How many times? And even today, I can tell you that I've been saying it even here. By the fact that I'm saying, no, let's bury Edgar Lungu in dignity, and Hakainde Hichilema is saying the same thing. It doesn't mean that I've become a praise singer. It doesn't mean that I've become a supporter of Hakainde Hichilema. No, it is about this issue. Mwevantu. Ushamukomfwadi ladi. How, when are you going to get it in your head to separate issues? On this particular issue, Yakwa Edgar Lungu, what I'm saying is what Hakainde Hichilema is saying. So we agree. But when we are going to talk about electricity, we will speak differently. We will speak differently. And you will get confused. Oh no, but now you have changed. Yesterday you were supporting Hakainde Hichilema. Now you have changed. Tulela and the Pamalaiti. If tomorrow we start talking about electricity, my story will be different. If tomorrow we start talking about, the bags of meal, my story will change. I'm not going to agree with Hakainde Hichilema. I'm not going to agree with Hakainde Hichilema that people should be buying a bag of meal at 400 kwacha. I'm not in agreement. I don't agree with that. But on this one, on the issue of Edgar Lungu, HH is saying, let this man be buried in a dignified manner as a former head of state. And that is what I'm saying. So we agree on this one. Is it very difficult for you to parangashate, to say, oh, okay. On this one, we agree. Different shit issues. No, you want to come back home. You want to come back home. You think HH is, is foolish. Eh? You think HH is foolish. HH knows me very well. HH knows me very well. It is not only today that I've agreed with him. There are a number of times that I've agreed with him. There are a number of times that I've not agreed with him. So only yourselves, you are fooling yourselves. You are not, you can't fool HH. You are fooling yourselves to think that, no, HH is so foolish. Because I've said this, then HH will say, come back, come back. No. Our differences now, HH, like I'm saying, they cannot be sorted out just like that. So anyway, the whole point here is that, and the whole point is that me, I am speaking for Edgar Lungu. I am speaking for Edgar Lungu. These people, Makebi Zulu and the family, they may be the family, but what they are doing is wrong. What they are doing is wrong. It is very simple. It is very simple. Now, what is the family? Me and HH and I'm sure other people are saying, let's bury Edgar Lungu in a dignified manner in Zambia. What is the family saying? The family is saying, no, we cannot, we don't want to come to Zambia. They are putting conditions. Okay? I think it has been generally agreed. We have agreed. Everybody agrees that Edgar Lungu should be buried in Zambia. I think everybody agrees with this one, including the family. Including the family. They agree that Edgar Lungu should be buried in Zambia. The question is, what is the problem now? The problem is the family is bringing up issues. They are setting conditions. What are those conditions that they are setting up? Number one, they are saying they don't want Hakainde Hichilema anywhere near the body of Edgar Lungu. They don't want Hakainde Hichilema to preside over the state funeral. Now, some of you have been saying, yeah, he can delegate and whatever. Look, you have to understand statecraft. I've been mentioning this word, statecraft. You have to understand statecraft. You have to understand the sovereignty of our country. You have to understand the authority of the president. You cannot just suspend the president just like that. No, Edgar Lungu said, no, you cannot be, you shouldn't be part of it. So we are here. We are here. We want to keep what Edgar Lungu said. Edgar Lungu said this, whatever. How many people have died and they have said whatever they have said to say, I want my this and that and that. And those who have remained, they have looked at it to say, well, much as he said this, what is reasonable and what is practical is this. How many times? How many times? Many people, bigger people, I even mentioned the other time, even Pope Francis, he had his wishes. Bakaunda, he had his wishes. Arabi, he had his wishes. But these people are holding on to that. It is not about, we don't want Hakainde Hichilema there. If Hakainde Hichilema presides over the state funeral, what will happen? Will Edgar Lungu start turning in the grave? Will Edgar Lungu rise up? Will Edgar Lungu follow them? Is this about the issue? Is this the issue of Hakainde Hichilema not presiding over a state funeral? Why do you want to suspend the president? Why do you want to suspend the president? And this is not about HH. It is about the presidency. Hakainde Hichilema is a president. He is a president. We may like him, we may not like him, but he is the head of state. And as the head of state, he's supposed to preside over a state function like this one. No, let him delegate. No, why should he delegate? Delegation would only come in when if he's unable, not when he's able, not because Makebi ZULU wants it, not because Esther Lungu wants it. No. It is wrong. It is very wrong. Then you are talking about reconciliation. You're talking about reconciliation. Edgar Lungu declared 18th October as a day of national prayer, fasting, and reconciliation. It is a holiday in Zambia. It is 18th October is a holiday in Zambia, which was declared by Edgar Lungu. And specifically, he said this day should be dedicated to a prayer, fasting, and reconciliation. That is part of the legacy. Now, you people, what are you doing by saying, no, Hakainde Hichilema should not be part of it? Hakainde should not be part of it because it didn't treat Edgar Lungu well. So where is the reconciliation? Where is the Christian values? Zambia is a Christian nation. So where are the Christian values? If you are going to say, no, this person, whatever. So the man that declared 18th October as a day for national prayer, fasting, and reconciliation, this man could not forgive his counterpart. He could not forgive Edgar Hakainde Hichilema. And you want that bitterness to go with Edgar Lungu in his grave and remain there. Because what it means is that you want this bitterness to perpetuate for eternity. These people hated each other, and it should perpetuate for eternity. That is what Makebi ZULU and the family are saying. Do you want me to agree with that? Do you want me to agree with that? Because I was close to Edgar Lungu. No, because I was close to the family. Do you want me to agree to that bitterness? Eternity bitterness. It shouldn't, no, they shouldn't reconcile. They shouldn't reconcile. It should remain forever. So it should remain forever. Do you want me to agree to that? Do you want me to agree to that? No, I can't. I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. I believe in forgiveness. I believe in reconciliation. You are busy saying, no, PF was doing this one. PF also did bad things to me. I suffered when Edgar Lungu was in power. I suffered. I was treated badly. It is not only Hakainde Hichilema's government that has treated me bad. No. No. I started suffering during the time of Edgar Lungu. And I suffered, and I suffered. Don't forget that. Don't forget me. Don't forget that I suffered. The way they used to come to my house, it is not only in Hakainde Hichilema when my house used to be turned around by the police. No. I was being treated like a big criminal. One time they came, they messed up the house. They threw away everything and whatever. My mother was there. She was crying. And it was just terrible. They bundled me in a vehicle, drove me quite a big criminal. Thank God, Mutembo Nchito was there to help me. Mutembo Nchito was there. That's why Mutembo Nchito ndamupepa. I am grateful. But of course, even Mutembo Nchito, if he were to be wrong, don't think that I would not speak out. I would speak out. But Mutembo Nchito helped me, even with this guy at New Diggers. I don't mention your name, you at New Diggers. I don't want to mention your name, whatever. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I was treated badly by PF with my Edgar Lungu there. And some slave queen was even bragging around and whatever. I was treated badly, Mwevantu. By PF. So don't play, holier than thou. No, you are here because of Hakainde Hichilema. Even Edgar Lungu, I suffered. I suffered myself. And I suffered for what? What did I do? I spoke against things that caused them to lose elections. The things that I was speaking about caused them to lose elections. But the point I'm trying to say is that don't just say, no, UPND. No. Even Mudiba PF, I suffered. But the way I suffered in PF during Balungu's tenure. But it is Balungu that I reconciled with. It is Balungu that I started even singing for Alebwele Rapo. It is Balungu that I'm even speaking for now. In his death, I'm speaking. Me, I'm not hammering by Edgar Lungu. No, I'm speaking for Edgar Lungu. I want him to rest in peace. So I reconciled with Edgar Lungu. I am trying to tell you to say, I believe in reconciliation. I believe in reconciliation. We reconciled with Balungu. And we became very close people. Two people that were close. We shared very personal issues, very confidential issues. We shared. I mean, I would share a lot. But of course, I mean, those are things that we shared in confidence. I would share a lot what I heard when I used to go to his house. But those things I cannot bring out now. The point I'm trying to tell you is that me and Balungu reconciled and we became that close. So I strongly believe that Balungu, if he reconciled with me, if we reconciled, how can he fail to reconcile with the Hakainde Hichilema? And then in my interaction with Edgar Lungu, I never heard Edgar Lungu express such bitterness that Makebi Zulu is expressing. That bitterness, I can tell you, that bitterness that you are seeing coming out of Makebi Zulu's mouth, it is not coming from Edgar Lungu. That is Makebi Zulu's bitterness. Makebi Zulu has got a cold heart. Katwishi ngefo wa fiala from family yavo katwish. Because Makebi Zulu alikoso mutima. No wonder his brother killed a person in cold blood like that. I think if because Makebi Zulu, the way he's coming out, the way he's bitter. Imagine if he had a gun and Hakainde Hichilema is in handcuffed. What do you think Makebi Zulu would do? Do you think Makebi Zulu would spare Hakainde Hichilema? Because Makebi Zulu is really showing that bitterness. And it makes me no wonder that his brother killed a person in the manner that he did. It makes me no wonder. Because Makebi Zulu Makebi Zulu. And it's not only this time around. Makebi Zulu, the way apie pieshe Mutembo Nchito. The way apie pieshe Mutembo Nchito. Mutembo Nchito apilu bukiloko. Naba mwikatawe, naba mukama pamukoshi. Naba mukama pamukoshi. Kili mpaka uyo. Ukuya mtuwala kuna nikane, akisha nikulia. Kumumbwa. They took the entire DPP. Makebi Zulu is hard-hearted. When I'm talking, I mean, some of these people, we need to point at them the way they are. That guy has got a bad heart. That guy has got a black heart. When they said Makebi Zulu should be president, I refused. Because I can see through the handsome and the nice talk. I can see through the heart of Makebi Zulu. He's smart. He's dressed up like a lawyer, whatever. But umutima wako Makebi Zulu, hubi. Woody. And it is a shame that he's expressing this when his brother is going through a trial of murder, where a person was gruesomely murdered, and he's showing this bad heart. Shouldn't I conclude that I think family are already kosemitima? Shouldn't I conclude? Because really for let's behave Makebi ZULU, I'm imagining hatred ya kwete pali HH. Ngana kwate mfuti Makebi ZULU. Vya kutamuleka HH. Eh? Kutamuleka HH. No. Let's be real. Let's be real. Makebi ZULU is really bitter. He's a bitter guy. He has got a problem. And it's not only HH whom he has shown such hatred. He showed hatred in the first time I saw Makebi ZULU being, you know, being so venomous. It is Pari Mutembo Nchito. The way they treated Mutembo Nchito and them ever. But what did Mutembo Nchito do? The way they treated him like a criminal, what did he do? Makebi ZULU, what did Mutembo Nchito do for you to treat him the way you did? Eh? What did he do? What did he do? But you were adamant and you fought. Mpako kumutwala kunanikane. Kumumbwa. In some karulo, whatever. Eko waidem po something bonchito. Eh? That's when I saw, I'm like, this guy, you know, at the end of the day, I sided with him because I found out that, I mean, the guy didn't do anything wrong. Even up to today, you can go back to that story and look at it. Mutembo Nchito did nothing. And yet Makebi ZULU worked so hard to fix this man as if naipa yomuntu. They were on Mutembo Nchito as if naipa yomuntu. And by the way, who was president? It was Edgar Chagwalungu. Who was president then. So when you are talking about trying to canonize by Edgar Lungu, I mean, there were terrible things that happened. But look, these things, we are not supposed to be talking about them in his death. No. We are supposed to be speaking something positive. We are talking about all these things because of Makebi ZULU and the family. Makebi ZULU is doing this because he has got his own ego issues. He has got his own ego issues. He likes it, you know, to drag people down the way he did Pari Mutembo Nchito. Anyway, let's look at the family. I mean, I'm sorry on this one. Allow me to go to just speak a little bit direct. In this instance, we are talking about family. The big person here, it's the wife. The next of kin, it's the wife. It's Mamaewa Esther. So trepita mumbali, the family. Tapari family apa iya balungu tapari family abantu bali febanga babiri. Makebi ZULU na Mamaewa Esther. Chapwa, these two. Tasila balemu don safie. She doesn't have a spine. She doesn't even know what she's fighting for. I can assure you, Tasila doesn't even know what she's fighting for. And I know Tasila has got a soft heart. Tasila is not stubborn. I know her personally. She's not stubborn. Tasila is not stubborn. It is these two, Makebi ZULU na Mamaewa Esther. Mamaewa Esther, what is the issue? Mamaewa Esther, uwafe bulipuapa. Don't even think that yo, Shani, no, because Hakainde Ichilema did this, no, whatever. No. It's not about that. Mamaewa Esther, bale tino kuya ku Zambia. Mamaewa Esther is scared to go to Zambia. If she goes to Zambia, she knows she will not come out. This is, let's just open things bare. Because whatever excuses that you are trying to hold on, they are not making sense. Hakainde Ichilema, no, should not be whatever. Even if Hakainde Ichilema says, okay, I'm not going to be part of the funeral, I don't think Mamaewa Esther will come to Zambia. I can assure you that. No, they agreed, and then the government abrogated. They didn't abrogate anything. It is just that Makebi ZULU na Mamaewa Esther, they realized that waku Zambia. Their agenda is not to bury Edgar Lungu in Zambia. It's not to go to Zambia. That is their agenda. But I don't think, even if the court rules to say, let Edgar Lungu go to Zambia, be buried, the court makes that order. I can assure you, Mamaewa Esther na Makebi ZULU, they will not go. They will not go. But they will not go because of what? They will not go, not because, no, Edgar Lungu was not treated well when he was whatever. No, it's not the reason. They know. They know that they were political rivalry. They were political rivalry. They know that. They know. No, Hakainde Hichilema should not be a statesman. They know. Makebi ZULU is a lawyer. Makebi ZULU, he was part of those people that were advising the government then, when they were talking about the wishes of Makaunda. Makebi ZULU knows that there is a precedence. They were part of the people that were advising the government to say, you know, go and fight in court. That public interest, you know, precedes personal and family issues, interests. They went and argued that case. It is Edgar Lungu and his legal team, which of course, I mean, includes Makebi ZULU himself, which includes Makebi ZULU. They are the ones that argued this case in court. And the court directed to say, yeah, as a family, I mean, this man was a former head of state. He must be buried at Embassy Park. So Makebi ZULU, if he was part of a government and part of the legal team that argued this case, how can Makebi ZULU today claim to say, no, we want Edgar Lungu to be buried privately? No, he cannot. He cannot. So it is not about that. It is not about that. The issue is, if Mamaewa Esther goes into Zambia, I'm sure she's worried. Will she get out? Because after we bury, those court cases will start coming. We already had an adjournment. The next adjournment is in July. July, that case will resume, and other cases will resume. And don't forget, Mamaewa Esther was actually put in my cells. She was incarcerated for some hours. She was put in the cells, in custody. She was put in custody. Mamaewa Esther has tested her cells. She has tested her cells. She knows how bad it is. And when she was put in my cells, Edgar Lungu stayed outside. He stayed vigil outside the cells. He said, I'm not leaving. I can't leave my wife here. Now, Edgar Lungu is gone. I'm sure Esther is thinking to say, Ma, who is going to now defend me? Who is going to defend Esther? Who is going to defend Esther? Because certainly when she goes into Zambia, I don't think she will be able to go out. She knows this. She knows they will get the passport. She knows those cases will continue going on. She knows. So, then what? Then what? Because soon after burying, she will remain a former first lady. And she won't have the influence. She won't have the influence. Because their privileges have been in Edgar Lungu. Now Edgar Lungu is gone. So some of these privileges won't be there. They won't be there. When Esther was in my cells, people were outside chanting, hey, release Esther, hey, release Esther. Why were they doing that? They were doing that because Edgar Lungu was there. Now, without Edgar Lungu, will those crowds come? Yeah? Will the crowds come? They won't be there. You think Esther doesn't know that? She knows. She knows. She knows. And worse off, By you PND na imwe, you have not helped the situation. By you PND, you have not helped the situation. Because whilst, you know, by Esther, maybe we should go, eh? Maybe we should. While people are trying to convince them, you can go, you can go. Meanwhile, by you PND, you are busy. Hey, we will jail them. Hey, whatever, whatever. Hey, they want to bring money. Hey, whatever, whatever. What you PND, what you have been posting has not helped the situation because you have been scaring them. You have been scaring them. You have been scaring them. And Makebi Zulu said it also. He said the propaganda is on it. So they have been reading what Koso has been writing. They have been reading what other UPND media have been writing. Whilst people are negotiating that side, I mean, Tabo Kawanagozi, uchenjesh wanko kopungwa tasakamana. What do you think? Esther is reading these things. Makebi Zulu is reading these things. Eh? You think they can move? They are scared. They are scared, and you have scared them. When that deal was brokered, when that group was brokered, when he was supposed to come on a Wednesday, I mean, they were willing to come. But when they saw what was happening, what was being written on social media, they saw hostility. They still see hostility. Much as Hakainde Hichilema himself has shown, you know, magnanimity. But the people around, the UPND propaganda, what they have been saying has been scaring to the family. Has been scaring to the family. They are scared. They are scared. So, I mean, you can put up all the excuses that you want. But this is the real issue. They would have no problem, you know, to forget about what Edgar Lungu said. They would have no issue, really. They would have no issue. They would have no issue. Edgar Lungu is gone. Eh? All these things, you are bringing up superstition. No, no, Hakainde Hichilema, whatever, whatever. Come on. Those people know how Edgar Lungu died. They know that there was no superstition, there was no foul play. They know. But they are just using these, you know, they are just using these as excuses. They are not the real issue. The real issue that we need to consider here are those cases. Especially Wamayowa Esther. Wamayowa Esther, I mean, the case that she has is a very serious case. That is a very serious case. And Wamayowa Esther is very intelligent, I can assure you. She is very intelligent. Don't see her like that. She is very intelligent. I interacted with that woman. She is intelligent. She is intelligent. She knows. She knows. So, I mean, she's looking at this. What will happen to me? She was even incarcerated. She was even incarcerated. She was put in my cells. So she knows that, you know, anything can happen. Anything can happen. She has also seen how others have been put in my cells. How others have gone to jail. She has seen. So she knows that, I mean, it's possible even me, I can go to jail. Kampiongo's wife. I mean, really, if you think of it, Kampiongo's wife. Why Kampiongo's wife? She's in jail. But Esther is thinking about all these things. A former minister's wife. Adimu jail. They can't even give Nankane a bond. So some of these things, I'm even appealing to you, the government, that look at how you are treating people. Look at how you are treating people. In a way, by government, this is a part that you need to look at. This is the part that you need to look at. The way you treat people, because in this instance, people, I mean, and their fear is justified, looking at how others have been treated, looking at how Esther herself has been treated. You can't blame Esther. Esther was put in mass cells. She was put in the cell. She was in custody. She was in custody. So you can't blame her, you know, for holding on, for holding on to this body. Because she knows when she goes to Zambia, after we bury, she knows there will be no friendship. She knows there will be no friendship. And it is clear from the way UPND propaganda is writing. The only person that has been so magnanimous, the only person that has been so magnanimous, it is Hakainde Hichilema. But then again, Hakainde Hichilema, you know Hakainde Hichilema. You can't expect that, no, because Hakainde Hichilema has been magnanimous, he will say, hey, let's go Vaesta. No. Even you are saying, no, Tayali, you are doing this because you want Hakainde Hichilema. It's you who are thinking like that. It's you who are thinking like that. Me, I know I'm here. I'm here. Thank God I have, the protection. Thank God I have the protection. But if you're from Landa, come back. I'll come back when God allows me. I'll come back when God will allow. But really, even me, you think I'll come back to Zambia? You think I'll just come back to Zambia? No, I can't. I can't, because I know I can be supporting, I can do whatever. I know that Hakainde Hichilema operates differently. So now Esther na Shiva. So, way forward, you might have to drop all this to discussion, whatever, and talk about some of these issues. Talk about some of these issues. Send people to engage with Esther on these cases. Makebi ZULU has not been helpful. Makebi ZULU is also another guy to blame on this. Because when some of us brought out the issue of the cases, Makebi ZULU even came up, no, we are not asking about the cases. The cases are not part of the negotiations. Makebi ZULU, those are the real issues here. Those are the real issues. And if you are a good lawyer, you would have engaged the government on this. Because on the cases of Esther Lungu, really, it is not that Esther Lungu stole. If anything, money was gotten from Esther. Money was gotten from Esther. Esther Lungu did not go and break a house and steal money. Money was stolen from her. Money was stolen from her. She lost money. But Esther is the one that lost money. Unfortunately, the way the case was handled was not handled properly. Truth be told, the case was not handled properly. But this is a case that can be discussed. This is a case that can be discussed. It is not a case that, no, Esther Valiva. No. This is a case that can be discussed. Because the biggest case, really, it is that case here annexed. The case which made the police to cut the gate. That is the biggest case. And that case can be discussed. It is a pity that Makebi ZULU is enjoying, Makebi ZULU is benefiting by this case going on and is getting the limelight and whatever. But surely, that is what Makebi ZULU should have done. He should have engaged. They were having closed door meetings. Makebi ZULU would have been frank to bring up this and bring it to the state. And I'm really asking the state to consider this case. Or to consider the cases, basically. To consider the cases. Can you consider the cases? Bring the issue of the cases under discussion. Don't listen to Makebi ZULU saying, no, bring them. Bring them. If you can guarantee Mayowa Esther freedom. Freedom. If you can guarantee Mayowa Esther freedom in Zambia, I'm telling you, we wouldn't be having this issue. But as it is, as long as you don't guarantee freedom to Mayowa Esther, those people will not come. Even if the court says, no, let the body go, I don't think Mayowa Esther will come. She will remain there. She will remain there. She will remain there. She will remain there. So, much as I'm talking like this, quite nimpena, like I'm mad, but what I'm saying is making a lot of sense, I'm telling you. What I'm talking about here is really what is at the center of this. What I'm talking about is really what is at the center of this. What is at the center of this is the guaranteeing the freedom of, especially Mayowa Esther. The children, not so much. Not so much. Tasila and whatever. Even them. But really they are not the big problem here. The problem is you need to identify who is the starring. And in this movie, the starring is Esther Lungu. The starring is Esther Lungu. Co-starring Makebi ZULU. Co-starring Makebi ZULU. But Makebi ZULU is nothing. Once you convince by Edgar by Esther Lungu, Makebi ZULU is nothing. Makebi ZULU is nothing. And how can you convince by Maeva Esther? Convince by Maeva Esther that she will have a freedom. She will have a freedom if she comes to Zambia. Because I'm very sure she's thinking, if I go back to Zambia, the moment I go back to Zambia, the cases will start. They will even grab the passport. She knows that the next time she will go to the airport to say, I want to go to South Africa, she knows they will not allow her. They will not allow her. So that's why she's holding on. If in Alanda Pa, what I've said here is just what it is. And I'm asking government to engage Esther on that. To engage Esther on that. And I'm asking you PND propaganda to drop the nonsense that you are doing. Stop scaring them, because you cannot, you keep, scaring them and talking all sorts of things. I mean, stop that. Stop it. Stop it. And then some people are saying, no,